There are those unaccustomed to becoming prey, because they are always the ones causing fear. But there are opponents who don't fight alone. And when the game is changed by numbers, then the predator can also become prey. From predator to prey, honey badger falls before mongoose pack. End of dry season on African Savannah, ground cracked long like old wounds. Grass withered crisp underfoot, while air thickened silence. Each species here has a role, and that role isn't fixed. Today's predator can become tomorrow's prey, if it makes one wrong choice. In this harsh environment, no action is meaningless. And sometimes, a successful hunt is precisely the starting point for an unavoidable failure. Africa doesn't favor the strongest, but chooses those who adapt more effectively. And today, the law will be demonstrated through a small species. Honey badger, small, fierce mammal famous for courage, recognized by Guinness as most fearless animal, ready to confront opponents many times larger. Honey badger skin thick and very tough, enough to reduce effectiveness of strong bites. Loose skin also helps it twist to counterattack right when restrained. Honey badger's front claws long, curved and extremely strong, suitable for digging burrows, breaking beehives or foraging underground, and when needed, it tears through anything blocking path. Mongooses significantly smaller than honey badger, but they rarely act alone. This species' true strength lies in ability to coordinate in packs. In a mongoose pack, usually at least one individual performs sentry duty. It observes from high position and signals when danger approaches. Despite having certain resistance to snake venom, their greatest advantage lies in behavior. Group coordination with astonishing speed and precision. This morning, entire pack moving toward nearest water source, a familiar route repeated daily and already silently tracked by honey badger. Honey badger doesn't lack food, but this opportunity rarely appears. When pack begins dispersing to forage, young individuals remain, creating dangerous gap. In nature, distance sometimes determines survival, not just between two bodies, but between an individual and pack's protection, and honey badger knows this. Balance in nature rarely collapses through chaos. It usually starts from very small deviation, then spreads faster than any reflex. Honey badger charges straight at target, no circling or probing. That's the hunting method of animal relying on endurance, boldness, and closing speed. Small mongoose pack reacts almost immediately, but still slower than decisive moment. Warning call rings out. but pack still outside support range. Honey badger bites and holds prey's neck or nape, an effective restraint method helping it quickly end attack before opponent can escape. Honey badger doesn't leave immediately, but begins eating on spot. A common choice for confident predators when not sensing clear threat. Not far away, mongoose pack has heard alarm signal. They stop almost simultaneously, then quickly turn toward direction emitting sound. This isn't random reaction, but social behavior reinforced through natural selection. When one individual signals, entire pack immediately coordinates. Honey badger quickly recognizes pack approaching, but it doesn't retreat. Instead, it turns to face, raises fur, and grips food tightly. Mongoose pack approaches at safe distance, not rushing in immediately. They observe, maintain formation, and assess opponent before choosing intervention moment. When honey badger turns back to prey position, two mongooses from behind have closed in. They attack tail and flanks, areas honey badger cannot defend. This is attrition attack type. No single individual strong enough to bring down honey badger alone, but entire pack can force it to continuously expend energy. Honey badger counterattacks fiercely and strong enough to bring down several individuals in short time. But mongoose pack doesn't retreat, nor let formation fall into chaos. This is when numerical advantage begins showing effectiveness. Each eliminated individual almost immediately replaced, while honey badger must bear all pressure alone. Honey badger turns back to prey and continues eating. This is biggest mistake it will make today. While head bowed down, three mongooses attack simultaneously from three directions. Situation changes, not from single strike, but because honey badger, for first time, loses control of fighting space around its own body. Honey badger still hasn't left prey, partly from resource-keeping instinct, partly because it never had to abandon anything before. Today is first time. Mongoose pack doesn't rush in chaotically. They attack in short waves, then withdraw, maintaining pressure without depleting own energy. Through each collision, honey badger's reaction speed begins decreasing very slightly. What naked eye hardly notices is clear enough for entire pack to adjust closing distance. Honey badger begins moving to find more favorable opening, trying to regain initiative. But each gap just appearing is quickly filled by entire pack. Confrontation now no longer revolves around prey carcass. Entire mongoose pack has shifted target from protective reaction to applying pressure until honey badger exhausts. Mongoose pack not panicking, they continue following exact rhythm maintained from battle start. Patience is final and most effective weapon in this species' arsenal. Honey badger still bites several more individuals, but force and accuracy markedly decrease. Wounded ones retreat, while remainder continue applying pressure. This is battle about time, not strength. And in this battle, Numbers always beat single individual, however exceptional that individual. Honey badger lowers body longer than normal beat. A declining sign mongoose pack immediately recognizes and exploits without delay. They don't need clear finishing blow. Just maintain pressure long enough, remainder decided by opponent's physiological limits. When honey badger falls again, it still manages to rise. But posture has lost stability, showing body beginning to decline movement controllability. Mongoose pack gives honey badger no rest. Each time it struggles up, entire pack immediately tightens pressure before opponent regains balance. Honey badger still bites back, still growls, and still won't retreat. But now, body can no longer keep up with its fighting will. This isn't simply failure of stubborn individual, but proof of survival law. Collective endurance can wear down even exceptional opponent. After ensuring threat has ended, mongoose pack quickly disperses and continues moving toward water source as original route. Honey badger lies motionless long while before beginning to move again. It's not dead, but clearly exhausted and completely lost situation control. Prey carcass still remains in place, but honey badger doesn't return, remaining energy not enough to exchange for what already cost it too much. Nature doesn't judge. No good or bad guys in this story, only choices and consequences. Honey badger chose to attack pack and failed. But story doesn't stop there. One more severely wounded mongoose individual falling behind, and mourning order seems beginning to reverse. Honey badger recognizes opportunity, stops observing. Though body still hurts and exhausted, hunting instinct hasn't disappeared, only temporarily suppressed. And in those few seconds, honey badger looks at pack, then looks at wounded mongoose. First time today, it steps back without anyone attacking it. Honey badger turns away slowly, not fleeing but also not continuing pursuit. First time that morning, it actively refuses an opportunity. In nature, individual strength always has limits, while collective strength can far exceed individual capabilities when organized effectively. Tomorrow, honey badger will continue hunting while mongoose pack still goes toward water source. Nature continues, not remembering and not judging. But what remains after this morning isn't moment honey badger fell, but when entire pack turned back just from brief signal from wounded individual. Nature answers the question, what's stronger, individual or collective strength? It only presents real situations with unpredictable outcomes. Dawn light illuminates the East African Savannah. A new day begins on land of thousands of living beings. Here, elephants slowly walk through grasslands. Buffalo, gather near water areas. Giraffes stretch their necks high against the vast sky. And somewhere on the hills, a familiar silhouette gradually appears. That's the lion, often revered as king of the savannah. But even with that title, lions understand there are encounters requiring extremely careful consideration. Lions are the only big cat species living in groups. Adult males can reach mass around 190 kilograms. Canine teeth up to 8 centimeters long, combined with bite force around 650 pounds per square inch, allow them to tear through prey, skin, and tissue. Speed can reach 80 kilometers per hour. Currently, only about 20,000 individual lions live in the wild. Each pride typically consists of 10 to 15 individuals living and hunting together. Male lions assume the role of defending territory, while females are the pride's main hunting force. Yet on this savanna, lions are not the largest species. Black rhinos weigh up to 1,400 kilograms, 7 times a lion's weight. Two horns made of compressed keratin can grow up to 1.5 meters long, creating one of the most fearsome natural weapons on the savanna. Skin about 5 centimeters thick acts like protective armor, and when necessary, rhinos can charge forward at speeds up to 55 kilometers per hour. An angry rhino doesn't discriminate opponents. They charge straight ahead. Lions know this and usually choose to stay away. Only about 5,500 black rhinos remain in the wild. These solitary giants rarely need others to defend themselves. But it's not just size that makes lions wary. Spotted hyenas have 1,100 PS, eye bite force, strongest among carnivores. Each weighs only 80 kilograms, much smaller than lions. Yet they never travel alone. Hyena clans can reach 30 members. Their jaws can crush bones, leaving virtually no part of prey behind. And this is the problem with lions. Hyenas attack even solitary lions, or simply steal their prey. With about 27,000 living individuals, spotted hyenas use complex sounds to coordinate. Numbers are their strength. Near water areas, another threat lurks. Hippos, considered Africa's most dangerous species, weigh up to 3,200 kilograms. Canine teeth 50 centimeters long, growing from jaws that can open to 150 degrees. Bite force 1,800 pounds per square inch, nearly 3 times a lion's. Despite heavy bodies, hippos can run 30 kilometers per hour on land. Their territory is an absolute forbidden zone. Lions rarely dare think about attacking adult hippos. The price could be too high for a predator. With about 125,000 individuals, hippos spend most time in water. That's how they keep their sensitive skin moist. Some species look gentle but are extremely dangerous. Giraffes reach 5.5 meters tall, the tallest land animal on the planet. With mass from 1,200 to 1,900 kilograms, those long legs serve not just for movement, but are extremely dangerous defensive weapons. A kick from a giraffe carries 900 kilograms of force, enough to fracture a lion's skull or cause immediate serious injury. For this reason, lions only hunt giraffes with full pride coordination, as single individuals rarely risk confrontation. About 117,000 giraffes still exist. Height helps them see up to 2 kilometers away, detecting danger very early. And then there's the African buffalo. With mass around 900 kilograms, they're one of the most dangerous opponents lions face. Wide horns can grow up to 1 meter long, reinforced by thick horn layer like armor right on top of the head. Buffalo live in massive herds, sometimes up to 1,000 individuals. When one is attacked, the entire herd immediately reacts. They can run at speeds up to 57 kilometers per hour, and more dangerous is that buffalo often turn to counterattack rather than flee. Even when hunting in groups, lions must accept great risk. Many lions have been seriously injured in these hunts. With about 900,000 individuals, African buffalo still play important roles. They're both food source and challenge for lions. Through thousands of years of evolution, lions have learned an important lesson. That's knowing how to assess risk before acting. Before rhinos and hippos, the best choice is to stay away. No meal is worth risking the entire pride's lives. With hyenas, it's endless competition. Both species hunt the same prey, share the same territory. As for giraffes and buffalo, they only become targets when lions have sufficient numbers and clear advantage. Most of the time, lions still choose safer targets. Antelope and zebras remain top priority choices. Knowledge about these rivals is passed from generation to generation. Lion cubs learn by observing adults. Pride strength helps increase success chances. But even so, it's not always enough to face these giants. Timing is as important as numbers. Lions will wait when opponents are weakened, alone, or off guard. Because every hunt is a calculation. Energy expended must be less than energy gained from prey. Because every hunt is a survival calculation where energy expended must be lower than energy obtained from prey. The presence of rhinos, hippos, and other large animals has shaped how lions exist and adapt through millions of years of evolution. This pressure forces lions to become smarter and more flexible, not just rely on physical strength. Hyenas play a role controlling lion numbers, and competition between the two species helps maintain population balance on the savanna. Giraffes and buffalo, though potential prey, are also forces pushing lions to continuously perfect their hunting skills. Yet in 2026, all these species face a common opponent. Habitat is shrinking day by day. Climate change alters water and food sources. Species must move farther, encounter each other more frequently. Human activity cuts off migration corridors. Conflicts between wildlife and communities increasingly escalate. Poaching remains the top threat, especially for rhinos because of horns and lions for valuable pelts. Fortunately, humans are also acting. Conservation areas are being expanded to protect these species and their habitats. Local community education helps reduce conflict. They learn to coexist peacefully with these wild neighbors. Scientists monitor and study each species' behavior. This data helps make more accurate conservation decisions. Ecotourism creates income for communities. When wildlife has economic value, people have reason to protect them. On the African savanna, life continues as thousands of years before. Lions remain symbols of strength. But now we understand that strength is not everything. Caution and adaptation are also survival strategies. Each species, from giant rhinos to small hyenas, has its own role in nature's grand picture. And protecting all of them is not just responsibility, but how we protect our own future. Dawn over the Serengeti grasslands. The first light of a new day spreads across the horizon. Tanzania, East Africa, where borders between nations blur beneath the ceaseless footsteps of wildlife. This is the land of great migrations, where millions of wildebeest and zebras move with cycles of rain and drought. And here too, a pride of lions prepares to embark on the longest journey of their lives, a journey crossing national borders. The pride consists of 6 adult females, 2 male lions, and 4 6-month-old cubs. Africa's largest cat species, famous for their strength, coordinated hunting, and astonishing adaptability to harsh environments. The dry season has lasted over 4 months, water sources gradually depleting, prey increasingly scarce. The lion pride must choose: stay and face starvation, or follow the footsteps of the Great Migration. The decision has been made. The entire group will head toward Kenya, where rains have already begun arriving earlier. A journey nearly 100 kilometers long, through unfamiliar terrain, through nameless dangers. Wildebeest went ahead 2 weeks ago. The tracks still very clear. This is the route their ancestors traveled for thousands of years. The first day closes. The lion pride has covered 20 kilometers, but the road ahead is still very long. Lions are the most complex group living animals in the cat family. Cooperation is the key to survival. Lion eyes can see in darkness 6 times better than humans. Hearing detects prey from distances over 1 kilometer. From afar rings the deep rumble of another lion pride, a clear sign they've entered territory. This is one of the greatest challenges. Lions are very territorial. Any intruder is a threat. But our pride doesn't seek conflict. They just want to pass through, quietly and quickly. By dawn's break, they've passed through that territory safely. No bloodshed. A rare fortune on this harsh journey. Day 4. They reach another boundary. No signs, no fences, but this is the most dangerous boundary. Human boundary, roads connecting villages, engine sounds, strange smells, unfamiliar dangers. Over 30 lions are killed by vehicles each year on these roads. Humans and wildlife are sharing the same space. But greater danger still waits ahead. A Maasai herding village, where livestock roam free on the savannah. For hungry lions, a goat is a much easier target than wild antelope. But that's also people's livelihood. The Maasai have lived alongside lions for hundreds of years. They understand their presence, but cannot always be tolerant. The lion pride chooses to circle around this area. They don't hunt, don't provoke. Survival instinct guides each step. The next morning, the lion pride reaches the border between Tanzania and Kenya. An invisible line on maps, but to them, just continuing grassland. In Kenya, conservation policy differs from Tanzania. Anti-poaching patrols are tightened, corridors for wildlife expanded. However, the greatest challenge still lies ahead. The Mara River flows swiftly, water murky and full of crocodiles. Lions aren't good swimmers like leopards, but they have no other choice. Prey has crossed the river. The male lion advances first to test depth. Water rises nearly to its head. It roars a signal. One individual at a time jumps in. Cubs stay close to mothers. Current pulls strongly, but the entire pride swims with all remaining strength. A crocodile approaches, but before it can attack and the lion group reaches shore, it must retreat. All set foot on the other bank, exhausted but safe. They've entered Kenya, into Masai Mara, where green grasslands stretch to the horizon. And prey is there. Thousands of wildebeest, thousands of zebras, gathered following early season rains. That day, the lion pride brought down an antelope. It's the first meal after nearly a week of hunger and thirst. And this time, all members share portions. In short attack phases, lions can reach speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. However, the crucial factor is always surprise. Lion hunting success rate is only about 30%. Each hunt is a risky gamble, and thus, each meal carries survival value. But the journey isn't finished yet. The wildebeest herd will continue moving with the rains, and the lion pride will continue following their tracks. In coming weeks, they may return to Tanzania or stay in Kenya a few more months. No one can know beforehand. But political boundaries can't stop survival instinct. Lions have moved like this for thousands of years. Today, only about 20,000 individual lions remain in the wild, decreased nearly 50% in just the past 30 years. The greatest threat to them isn't nature, but shrinking habitat and increasingly escalating conflict with humans. However, hope remains. In 2026, Kenya and Tanzania signed a cross-border conservation agreement. Wildlife corridors are protected, allowing lions and many other species to move freely according to life's natural rhythm. The Maasai play a crucial role in this effort. They are the first guardians and also the bridge between humans and wildlife. Compensation programs help communities accept coexistence with lions, protecting livestock without needing to kill predators. Educating the younger generation helps them understand that lions aren't enemies, but heritage, the country's common asset. Ecotourism also brings sustainable income. Throughout its lifetime, a living individual lion can generate economic value exceeding $1 million. Conservation, thus, is not just protecting animals, but protecting the entire ecosystem and the people living within it. Our lion pride has now temporarily settled in Masai Mara. 4 cubs grow each day, stronger, more independent. One day, they too will undertake their own cross-border journeys, like their parents, like their ancestors. That journey will be less harsh if humans continue to protect and cooperate. Lions are symbols of Africa, apex of the food chain, guardians of balance for the entire savannah. When we protect lions, we protect the entire ecosystem and ultimately protect ourselves. Border lines on maps may divide nations, but nature doesn't recognize boundaries. Life has no borders. And in that lion pride's ceaseless journey, there's a clear message. The future of wildlife lies in our hands. In the dense forests of Africa, morning sunlight filters through the canopy, where every creature seeks to survive in its own way. This is home to antelope, monkeys, wild pigs, and countless bird species. But here too, in the darkness of thick canopies, a hunter watches. Each leaf trembles slightly. This is no ordinary forest. This is territory of nature's most perfect predator. In dappled light, rosette spots appear clearly. This is the leopard, one of the planet's most mysterious and talented big cats. Leopards possess golden fur with distinctive rosette-shaped spots. Each individual has unique patterns, like human fingerprints. They can weigh up to 90 kilograms, but what's special is in size. What's special lies in body design. Tail nearly half as long as the body, functioning as a perfect balancing pole. Retractable claws help them move smoothly and absolutely silently. But the most prominent feature is extremely powerful hind leg muscles. They can jump up to 3 meters high in a single bound. Leopards are the only big cats that can live completely in trees. They eat, sleep, even give birth on branches dozens of meters high. While lions hunt on grasslands, tigers hide in bushes. Leopards have chosen a different strategy. They conquer three-dimensional space. Sharp yellow eyes scan every space. Hearing 5 times more acute than humans. Nose can smell blood from hundreds of meters away. Now the mission is clear. An antelope grazes not far away. It hasn't yet realized it has entered the sights of the perfect predator. Leopard moves like a ghost, each footstep placed precisely. Not a single leaf falls, not a single branch trembles. Distance narrows, 5 meters, 4 meters, body lowered, tail stretched straight to maintain balance. The moment has come. In an instant, leopard leaps from 6 meters high. Precise strike. Antelope can't react in time. Speed and strength perfectly combined. But the work isn't finished. On the ground, blood smell will attract enemies. Hyenas, lions, even wild dog packs can steal prey. The leopard's solution is unique. They drag prey up trees. A 40-kilogram antelope carried to 5 meters height using only jaw and neck muscles. Step by step, meter by meter. Weight double the body, but leopards still climb steadily. This is strength evolved over millions of years. Reaching safety, the meal begins. Leopards can eat up to 20 kilograms of meat at once. Leftover food will be stored in trees, away from thieves. But it's not always favorable. Sometimes prey isn't on the ground. They're right in trees, among thick canopies. Monkeys are the most difficult prey. They're agile, vigilant, and always live in groups. But leopards have an advantage no other big cat possesses. absolute silence in trees. They move from branch to branch, blending into canopy shadows. Spotted patterns help them become completely invisible. In an instant, the attack occurs. In midair, among fragile branches, leopard strength and skill are fully displayed. Despite being apex hunters, leopards also face challenges. Their territory is shrinking. Forests are disappearing at alarming rates. Leopard numbers in the wild have decreased over 30% in the past 3 generations. From African deserts to Asian rainforest, the story is the same. But adaptability has helped leopards survive through millions of years. They can live in minus 30-degree or 45-degree heat. They can live near humans, in small forests where lions or tigers cannot. Leopards have proven themselves masters of survival. In 2026, conservation efforts are being accelerated. Movement corridors are established. Forests are more strictly protected. Each surviving leopard individual is proof of nature's vitality. They are bridges between earth and sky, between past and future. In twilight, leopards again blend into darkness. They don't need to roar like lions, don't need to display strength like tigers. They only need to exist. And that existence, silent but powerful, is a reminder that nature still has secrets worth discovering, worth respecting, and worth protecting. Leopards, mysterious, powerful, perfect, and now need protection more than ever. The Serengeti Savannah is home to over 3 million herbivores, but it's also territory of the planet's most dangerous predators. Each day, life here is a ceaseless battle of wits. Herbivores have no fangs or claws, no venom. They only have survival instinct. In this ecosystem, each herbivore species has developed different skills, but all aim toward one single purpose: to survive. This is the story of adaptation, about how seemingly vulnerable species have existed and continue to exist through millions of years of evolution. Wildebeest can reach speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, but for them, speed is not the only weapon for survival. Zebras live in large herds. In Serengeti alone, numbers reach 200,000 individuals. This very scale is their survival strategy. Giraffes stand nearly 6 meters tall. Their vision encompasses the entire savanna. Height itself is absolute security advantage. African buffalo with massive horns can inflict fatal injuries, making them one of the least attacked herbivore species. Each species possesses distinct advantages, but all exist in one unchanging reality. Danger is always present and never disappears. Regarding senses, antelope ears can rotate 360 degrees. They detect sounds from 1 kilometer distance. This is a natural early warning system. Zebra eyes are positioned on sides of the head, vision nearly 360 degrees. They can see behind without turning their heads. Buffalo's sense of smell is 5 times more acute than humans. They can smell lions from 300 meters, time enough to prepare defense. Giraffes combine all 3 senses, but the greatest advantage is height. From 6 meters high, they see what's coming first. When one detects danger, the entire herd reacts. Information spreads in just seconds. Collective warning system. Regarding speed and endurance, wildebeest have maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour, and they maintain this speed continuously for 5 kilometers. Cheetahs are faster, 110 kilometers per hour, but can only run 300 meters before exhaustion. Wildebeest know this. The tactic is to prolong the chase. Run zigzag. Change direction suddenly. Deplete the predator's energy. Zebras aren't as fast as antelope. Maximum speed 65 kilometers per hour, but they have astonishing endurance. In annual migration, zebras run over 3,000 kilometers. Their bodies evolved for endurance, not explosive speed. Regarding herd tactics, this is the most fundamental principle. A solitary zebra has survival rate below 20%. When lions attack, herds quickly form defensive formation. Young in the center, adult individuals surrounding outside. Wildebeest apply different tactics. When pursued, they run in multiple directions, disrupting predator coordination and creating escape opportunities. Giraffes usually stay in small groups, 3 to 5 individuals. They take turns on guard. When one eats, others observe. Buffalo, when threatened, they point horns outward, young in the middle. Even lions hesitate to attack this formation. With zebras, stripe patterns aren't just for beauty. When the entire herd moves simultaneously, stripes overlap, creating visual interference phenomenon. This makes predators difficult to focus on a specific individual, reducing hunt success rate by about 30%. Antelope possess brown-yellow coats, blending perfectly with dry grass color in dry season. When standing still, they're nearly invisible before predator eyes. Giraffes utilize height for camouflage. When standing among tall trees, only the head protrudes, making them from afar look like motionless branches. The African Savannah is the harshest survival test, but herbivores have passed through millions of years of evolution. They have no fangs, claws, or venom, but possess acute senses, superior speed, and collective intelligence. The relationship between predator and prey is not a story of winning or losing, but of balance, where both coexist to maintain the ecosystem. By 2026, protecting this savanna becomes more important than ever, because this is not just home to countless species, but also the common heritage of the entire planet. The Serengeti grasslands stretch endlessly, one of Africa's largest wild ecosystems, where natural law still absolutely governs all life. Millions of herbivores live here, from zebras, wildebeest, to antelope, creating a rich food chain with one irreplaceable apex. In the sparse shade of acacia trees, a male lion rests. The thick mane has turned dark, sign of a mature and experienced individual. Its position as pride leader doesn't come from bloodline, but is the result of countless confrontations, perseverance, and ability to survive in a harsh world. Male lions can weigh over 200 kilograms, but what makes them different from lionesses isn't just body size, but precisely the distinctive thick mane. The mane begins developing when male lions are about 2 years old, not only displaying gender, but also reflecting health, age, and testosterone levels. In confrontations between males, the mane acts like natural armor, protecting neck and shoulders from claws and fangs. However, the mane is also a physiological burden, making the body easily overheat during intense activity. Thus, male lions rarely participate in regular hunting. A typical lion pride consists of 3 to 4 adult females plus cubs, while the dominant male is usually 1 or 2 brothers. The dominant male's role is very clear: protect territory and pride from outside males. This is full-time and dangerous work. Each night, roars echo across the Serengeti grasslands, not to flaunt strength, but as clear warning that this territory has an owner. That roar can travel up to 8 kilometers, but simultaneously reveals position, attracting wandering males patiently seeking opportunities. When lions confront, instinct doesn't allow retreat, because this isn't just territorial dispute, but battle for breeding rights and genetic lineage. Battle unfolds fiercely, 2 masses of bodies charging at each other, 5-centimeter claws tearing flesh. Each strike can determine life or death. Combat can last from minutes to hours, but the outcome usually doesn't change. The loser must retreat or die. The winner gains absolute power. The new male taking it over the pride must make a decision, because cubs left by the old male are potential threats to its genetic future. These cubs will be killed. This is brutal behavior, but has clear biological logic. When cubs die, lionesses will be ready to mate again after 2 to 3 weeks. Lionesses may resist, but they're not strong enough to confront males. Only a few lucky cubs escape and hide in bushes. After this period, the new dominant male begins mating with females. The new cubs are its genetic legacy. However, the crown of power always comes at high cost. The dominant male must be constantly vigilant, because in nature, rest doesn't exist. On average, a male lion only holds the dominant position for 2 to 3 years. Very few individuals are strong and lucky enough to extend power to 5 years. Each battle leaves scars. Each passing year diminishes strength. Fangs wear down, muscles lose agility, reflexes slow. When no longer strong enough, the old male will be dethroned. This is inevitable law. Some choose to wander alone. Some die in the final battle. Dethroned males usually don't live long. No females to hunt. They must face the harsh grasslands alone. Some are lucky to find animal carcasses to eat, but usually they must compete with hyenas and vultures. Status has completely reversed. But not all stories are tragic. Some males form alliances with each other. When old, they can rely on each other, increasing survival chances. In the lion world, success isn't measured by lifespan, but by the number of surviving cubs carrying their genes. By 2026, wild lion numbers are only about 20,000 individuals, decreased nearly 90% compared to a century ago. Habitat loss, conflict with humans, and poaching are the greatest threats, forcing conservation areas to expand and connect. Modern research shows lions have complex social structure, can remember individuals, and display grief behavior when losing peers. Being a dominant male means a short but intense life, where each day is a challenge and each decision affects lineage. In that brief time, a male can leave an eternal mark, not through roars, but through cubs continuing the survival story on the endless grasslands. African savanna in the middle of dry season. Sun scorches the ground and yellow grass spreads to the horizon. This is where nature's most brutal laws are born. The lion pride is resting in tree shade. On the surface, everything is calm. But in the air, a biological signal is spreading that no one can see. Lionesses are entering estrus. Bodies emit characteristic pheromones, and males in the pride have sensed that signal. This is the most decisive period in lions' reproductive cycle, a process that evolution has adjusted through millions of years without rest. Estrus in the pride doesn't happen individually. Females enter this state simultaneously, a phenomenon called social synchronization. This isn't coincidence. This is an evolutionary mechanism helping females give birth simultaneously, creating conditions to protect and care for cubs more effectively. When this period begins, lionesses become more proactive. They swish tails, emit characteristic calls, and approach males in unusual ways. This isn't gentle or shy behavior. This is survival instinct, strong enough to override all other bodily needs. The next step is leaving the pride. The pair separates, seeking private space. This is called the mating refuge. Leaving the pride means losing collective protection. Hyenas and wandering males always patrol around territory, waiting for opportunities. But they accept that risk not from external pressure. Reproductive instinct is driving bodies in an unstoppable direction. A lion pair can mate 20 to 40 times in one day. This is one of the most exhausting periods in the animal kingdom. Each time only lasts 10 to 20 seconds and continues from 4 to 7 days. This repetition is necessary to stimulate ovulation in females. Throughout this period, both don't eat anything. Body energy is concentrated on one single purpose: maintaining the lineage. After each mating, females react by turning to attack males. They growl and swat with claws. This isn't rejection. This is automatic biological reaction. Male reproductive organs have small spines causing pain, which actually helps stimulate ovulation in females. Meanwhile, outside the quiet territory, a new threat is approaching. Wandering males have detected pheromone signals in the air. This is when the dominant male must show his entire role, not just mating, but must guard ceaselessly. If wandering males dare approach, battle is unavoidable. Two individuals each weighing over 200 kilograms clash powerfully. The winning male keeps control. The losing male must retreat. In the lion world, there's no concept of sharing power. After 4 to 7 days, the mating period ends. Both return to the pride, exhausted and facing everyday life again. After about 110 days of pregnancy, lionesses give birth to the Savannah's next generation. Weak, but carrying within them the fate of an entire dynasty. If a new male gains control of the pride during this period, evolutionary law reveals harsh and unavoidable pressure. The new male will find and kill all cubs of the old male. This is behavior called infanticide, an evolutionary tactic existing for very long. When cubs die, females will no longer be in nursing state. Bodies return to reproductive state in just weeks instead of years. This is the price of power change in the pride, difficult for humans to accept, but is natural law operating for millions of years. Amid all that brutality, lionesses continue surviving, giving birth and protecting cubs, because species vitality doesn't lie in individuals, but in resilient regeneration ability. In 2026, wild lion populations number about 20,000 individuals. Each cub born is more important than ever. Conservation organizations are working to protect both territory and lion prides. When habitat is preserved, natural reproductive cycles will be maintained. In the lion world, reproduction isn't just giving birth to offspring. This is an entire battle, sacrifice, and adaptation combined in a ceaseless cycle. Each stage has sacrifice, and each decision has consequences. But lions have survived through millions of years of this continuous process. African lions aren't just powerful big cats. They are proof that in nature, survival is measured by ability to continue despite however many losses. The Masai Mara grasslands at dawn, at the edge of the plains, where farmland meets wilderness, a female cheetah lies vigilantly. This is Nira, and her story is not easy. Nearby, two small cheetahs are playing in the tall grass. This is all that remains of the litter of 6 that Nira gave birth to 3 months ago. The other 4 are dead, 1 killed by hyenas, 2 attacked by lions, 1 snatched by an eagle while Nira was hunting. This isn't an exception. This is the reality of cheetahs. This is a story of survival at the edge, about a lone mother raising cubs in a world that has shrunk 90%, racing against time. Cheetahs are completely different from leopards. Solid black spots instead of rosettes, non-retractable claws like cleats, and a long tail like a balance beam. Everything designed for one purpose: speed. From 0 to 70 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. Maximum can reach 110 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the body weighs only 50 kilograms, not strong enough to climb trees or fight larger carnivores. Cheetahs are the weakest among large predators. Nira knows this better than anyone. Every day she must move her 2 cubs to new hiding places. Lions and hyenas are always lurking, searching for cheetah cubs to kill. When she needs to call her cubs, Nira emits a special bird-like call. This call doesn't attract the attention of other predators, but the cubs can still hear clearly. But the biggest challenge isn't protecting the cubs, it's feeding them. Nira must hunt every day, each hunt lasting an average of only 20 seconds before she's exhausted. If she fails 3 or 4 times in a row, Nira and her cubs will starve. And starvation means weaker, slower, easier to attack. And this is the death spiral. This morning, Nira spots a young gazelle antelope grazing 300 meters away. Perfect prey, small, weak, separated from the herd. She moves meter by meter, Her tawny coat with black spots blends completely into the dry grass. Distance remaining, 100 meters. 50 meters, 20 meters, tail tense. Hind leg muscles coiled to maximum. The moment has come. Neera launches like an arrow. 2 seconds to reach 70 kilometers per hour. The antelope detects her, but it's too late. 12 seconds later, Neera catches up, using her claws to trip the prey's hind legs. The antelope tumbles. Neera immediately bites the neck, suffocating the windpipe. The entire hunt lasts 17 seconds. But Neera is panting as if she just ran a marathon. She needs 15 minutes to recover, but there's no time. The smell of blood spreads. Hyenas will arrive in 5 to 10 minutes. Neera calls her cubs to eat quickly. The 2 little ones eat hurriedly. Neera doesn't eat, only watches the surroundings. The mother always eats last. If there's food left, this is the survival law of cheetahs. But today is unlucky. 7 minutes later, a pack of hyenas appears. Neera immediately calls her cubs to retreat. Can't fight, can only run. The meal is lost. This is the reality of cheetahs. 50% of kills are stolen by lions, hyenas, or vultures. Catching prey doesn't guarantee getting to eat. But Neera doesn't give up. That afternoon, she hunts successfully again. This time, she finds thick bushes to eat safely. The cubs get full bellies. Today is a good day. Months pass. The 2 cubs grow gradually, from 5 kilograms to 20 kilograms. Neera begins teaching them to hunt. First lesson, observation. Neera lets the cubs watch from a distance when she hunts. They learn how to choose prey, how to approach undetected, how to calculate distance. Second lesson, practice. When the cub is 10 months old, Neera catches a rabbit but doesn't kill it. She lets the cub practice the technique of tripping and neck biting. The first time, the cub fails, the rabbit escapes. But Neera is patient, lets the cub try again. After 3 attempts, one of the 2 cubs succeeds. Joy spreads through the small family. But when the cubs are 14 months old, Neera must chase them away. Not because she doesn't love them, but because instinct protects them from adult males. The 2 siblings must now be independent, too early compared to nature. But the shrinking environment doesn't allow otherwise. They're still immature, but must face the adult world. The first week, they fail at hunting continuously, hungry and afraid. But then they learn something important: cooperation. One chases, one ambushes. Finally, they catch their first prey. Neera, somewhere not far away, hears the joyful calls of her cubs. She doesn't approach, but knows they're still alive. That's all a cheetah mother can hope for. Currently, only about 7,000 cheetahs remain in the wild, down from 100,000 individuals at the beginning of the 20th century. Every survivor is a miracle. Lifespan decreased from 15 years to only 8 years. Living space shrunk 90%. Without immediate action, the planet's fastest animal will only exist in legend. Neera and her cubs are living proof of resilient vitality. Every day they fight. Every day they survive. Their story is the story of the entire species, racing against time. The Kalahari Desert awakens with dawn. Temperature rises rapidly from 15 to 30 degrees. A new day begins with survival challenges. Here, every creature has its own story. A story of survival, of memory, of decisions that can change fate. Today, an encounter will unfold between predator and defensive army, between individual strength and collective tactics. Who will claim victory? This is the story of Ravager, an experienced hyena, and a meerkat colony that refuses to surrender. When instinct collides with strategy, Ravager weighs 72 kilograms, the strongest jaws among African carnivores, can crush bones. It hunted successfully here 3 months ago. The memory of an easy meal remains vivid. Today, it returns with confidence in victory. But Ravager doesn't know. 3 months is a long time. The meerkat colony has changed. They learned their lesson. They're no longer easy prey. Meerkats, each individual weighs about 1 kilogram, but a colony of 50 creates astonishing collective strength. They live in a complex social system, clear division of labor, sentries, hunters, babysitters, and today, all are warriors. Morning. Ravager appears on the sand dune, looks down at the colony. The meerkat sentry detects immediately. A warning call rings out. But the colony doesn't run, doesn't panic, doesn't scatter. They gather together, form ranks, a living wall of 50 individuals. Ravager stops, surprised that the meerkat colony isn't fleeing like last time. It assesses the situation, but hunger drives it to attack. It steps down slowly, displaying strength and opening its mouth to reveal teeth as a threat. But the meerkat colony stands firm, doesn't back down. Distance only 10 meters remaining. Ravager suddenly accelerates, charging straight at the colony with familiar tactics, break formation and isolate the weakest individual. But the formation doesn't break. They move in sync. The entire colony remains a unified mass. The predator is confused by collective tactics never seen before. Ravager changes tactics. It charges straight into the center of formation, tries to catch an isolated individual, but meerkats are too fast. Always another individual immediately provides cover. Suddenly, the meerkat colony counterattacks, not fleeing as usual. They attack the predator's legs, bite quickly, then immediately withdraw. Ravager flinches in pain. It turns to retaliate, but the meerkat has retreated. Another individual attacks from behind. Then another continues. This is the tactic of numbers. No individual fights alone. When one attacks, another rests. The rotation like the heartbeat of a shared body. Finally, Ravager catches a meerkat. It bites tight, then shakes hard. A short cry rings out, then fades. The price of collective tactics. But the predator has no time to eat. More than 10 meerkats charge at once, biting legs, belly, ears, like living needles stabbing the giant. Ravager spins wildly. It tries to shake off the small bodies clinging tight, but claws dig deep into skin, while tiny teeth continue biting ceaselessly. In seconds, 2 meerkats are caught, but each small victory consumes energy, while the entire colony remains numerous. 5 minutes of fighting. Ravager begins tiring. Breathing becomes heavy. Steps slow down. Small bites accumulate gradually, silently eroding strength. Meerkats don't stop. They sense the change. The predator is weakening. They intensify attacks. Stronger, faster, more ferocious. Ravager tries to back away, retreat toward the hill, but they follow closely, biting hind legs. Small bites make its steps become limping. After 10 minutes, the hunt reverses. Ravager backs against a boulder to defend, like an exhausted warrior, raising a final shield before the small storm. It roars again, the hoarse sound echoing across the grassland. A final effort to threaten, but the meerkats have seen blood. Fear disappears. In a final surge of adrenaline, the predator breaks out of the encirclement. It kills 3 in succession. A brief gap opens in the sea of small bodies. 5 meerkats lie motionless, the price of victory, but the remaining 45 stand firm, continue attacking like a living wall. Ravager recognizes harsh truth. This is no longer a hunt. This is an unwinnable battle, where numbers have overwhelmed individual strength. It turns and flees, no longer a mighty hunter, but a wounded creature in retreat. The meerkat colony chases for 50 meters to ensure safety. Ravager disappears behind the sand dune. Dust flies thick behind. Blood seeps from many small bites, while the hind leg limps as a mark of defeat. Meerkats stop, then return to the colony. No more pursuit. The message is clear enough. This land is not for solitary predators. The entire colony stands upright, calls out. Victory cries echo across the desert. 5 have sacrificed, but 45 survive. They look at fallen comrades. The entire colony falls silent, but thanks to everyone's unity, they've repelled the enemy. Victory isn't perfect, but it's still victory. The first time this colony has repelled an adult hyena. In following days, Ravager doesn't return. Wounds gradually heal, but the memory of battle remains. It seeks other hunting grounds, less risky. Meerkats' collective defense tactics are one of nature's greatest wonders. Their strength lies not in muscle, but in unity. But not every herd is so fortunate. When the numbers fall below 30 individuals, the defensive system weakens. At that point, a single hyena can still make a successful kill. Climate change affects both species. Prolonged dry seasons make food scarce, causing meerkats to birth fewer young, while hyenas must expand hunting territories. Both are important species in the ecosystem. Meerkats control insects. Hyenas clean up carcasses as nature's silent gatekeepers. Scientists are studying collective defense behavior, viewing it as a biological model, helping understand how small species survive under predator pressure. When the sun sets, the meerkat colony returns to burrows. Tired but safe, they lie close together, sleeping, like small coals, keeping warm through unity. Elsewhere, Ravager walks alone, legs still wounded, carrying the costly lesson of a solitary predator. In the silence of the Kalahari Desert, two lessons are rewritten. For Ravager, no prey is truly easy. For meerkats, unity is the strongest weapon. Nature doesn't distinguish large or small, strong or weak. It only distinguishes who survives. And sometimes, survival doesn't come from individual strength, but from the strength of the collective, from faith in teammates, from silent sacrifice. That's the lesson the tiny meerkat colony has carved into the desert. The East African Savannah at dawn. The golden light of early day spreads slowly through the acacia canopy, warming the earth still damp with the night's dew. Herds of zebras and antelopes begin moving toward the water source. The rhythm of the savannah awakens with each footfall, orderly and peaceful. In the distance, a figure lies motionless on a tree branch. No movement, no sound, only a pair of amber eyes sweeping across every shadow below. This is the domain of the leopard, a land where hundreds of hunts have unfolded, where every rock and thicket holds the memory of the strong. The leopard is the most elusive of Africa's big cats. Body weight ranging from 30 to 70 kilograms, distributed across all of sub-Saharan Africa. Unlike lions or cheetahs that rely on speed, the leopard is a master of solitary ambush. It approaches prey in absolute silence, then strikes at a range from which it cannot miss. This female leopard has controlled an 18 square kilometer territory for the past 3 years. Every morning she patrols the same route without variation. Suddenly she stops. Both ears stand upright. Her nose flares slightly, drawing in the morning breeze. Something unlike any ordinary day is drifting past. To the south of her territory, a group of warthogs is rooting through the soil for food. They do not yet know they are within the sightline of a predator. The leopard begins to lower her center of gravity. Each step of her approach carries no apparent weight. This is the phase where millions of years of evolved instinct take complete control. But the savannah always holds moments of surprise. Midway through her approach, the ground in front of the leopard stirs. Another movement, not a warthog, is emerging. Outside a burrow is the entrance to another creature's territory, one that has lived here longer, more quietly, and dangerously so in an entirely different way. A black cobra begins to slide out. To understand this threat, one must look at the characteristics of one of the most dangerous snakes in Africa. The black cobra is named after its dark body color. When threatened, it flares its hood to appear larger, a clear warning signal before attacking. Ranging from 1.5 to 2.5 meters in length, the black cobra moves at a moderate pace, but with extreme agility. When threatened, it can launch an attack in an instant, with a reaction time of just 0.2 to 0.5 seconds. The black cobra's venom is a mixture of neurotoxins and cytotoxins. Without treatment, a victim can die within 20 minutes to a few hours, depending on the amount of venom injected. In the Savannah ecosystem, the black cobra is not typical prey for a leopard. The two species rarely encounter each other because each is clever enough to avoid the other. But this time, there is no other choice. The snake's burrow lies directly in the leopard's only approach path. Two territories, two instincts, the same moment. Every move that follows will be decided not by strength or venom, but by who makes the first mistake. This is where two systems of evolution collide. The black cobra detects the leopard when less than 2 meters separate them. Instantly, it rears its front body upward, mouth slightly open. This is the language of territorial defense. The leopard does not retreat. Its nervous system has shifted state. From hunting to confrontation, both are now locked in a situation with no safe way out. The leopard extends a probing swipe with its front paw. The snake reflexively shifts to the right. No contact is made. It is only the first test, measuring the other's reaction speed. The snake counters immediately, a lightning-fast forward strike. The leopard pulls back just in time. The safe distance is entirely erased. Both sides are reading each other's rhythm. Normally, such confrontations end quickly. One side withdraws. But here the space is compressed. Behind lies pressure from the environment. Ahead lies the black cobra's territory. Neither side will yield. The leopard begins to circle. It searches for the angle where the opponent's defense is weakest. The snake also turns with each step, leaving no blind spot exposed. The snake strikes a second time, faster. The leopard sidesteps left, but the snake's head grazes past. It does not sink in deep, but contact has occurred. This is the moment that shifts the balance. The amount of venom injected is not enough to cause immediate paralysis, but the neurotoxin has already begun moving through the bloodstream. An invisible clock starts counting down, though the victim has not yet realized it. The leopard launches a powerful counterattack, both front paws pinning down the snake's head. But the black cobra twists its body. Force from both sides erupts simultaneously. The snake lands a second bite into the leopard's front wrist. Deeper this time, a larger dose of venom. The leopard yanks its paw away, shakes hard, and backs off. Retreating into the shade, the leopard begins licking the wound. The front leg trembles faintly. the first sign of the nervous system being affected as the venom begins to take hold. The snake does not give chase. It holds its position, body raised high, tracking every movement. No further strike is needed if the opponent has already been marked. The leopard lies down, breathing faster than normal. Its tail flicks in an irregular rhythm. The venom is acting on the central nervous system. 2 hours pass. The sun climbs high. The warthog group left long ago. Only 2 creatures remain in this lowland. One recovering, one slowly fading. For most species, this would be the moment to withdraw. But the leopard is not programmed to give up. That very quality is what allows it to survive, and sometimes what pushes it to a dangerous limit. All 4 legs tremble faintly, but still bear weight. Instinct takes control. The leopard moves toward the black cobra again. Slower now, heavier. The snake rears higher, mouth wide open. The black interior of its mouth is fully exposed. The final warning. Every defensive mechanism has been activated to its maximum. But the leopard still advances. Its movement is no longer fluid, but its body mass remains a physical advantage. This is the moment where muscle strength and biological toxin both reach their limit. The final clash lasts only a few seconds. The leopard throws its full body weight down, pins the snake, and drives its jaws into the body just behind the black cobra's head, the classic killing technique of the big cat family. In its final seconds, the black cobra attempts to use what strength remains to fight back. But it no longer has enough. A winner has been found. The black cobra stops moving. The leopard releases its jaw and moves slowly away. Breathing heavy, broken. 3 bites, enough venom to bring down an animal as large as an African buffalo, are spreading through its entire body. Its hind legs buckle first. It tries to stand, manages to, then falls again. The nervous system can no longer transmit enough signals to maintain balance. The body is gradually losing its connection to the brain. This is the paradox of the confrontation. The victor is dying. The leopard acted entirely on instinct, and the price is its own life. There is no true victory. The sun tilts slowly westward over the African savannah. No creature rises and walks away. Only the red earth remains silent, and the dust drifting on the evening wind. Within a few hours, vultures will appear. This is not an ending, but the reintegration of matter into a cycle that nature never interrupts. The old territory still remains. Tomorrow, another leopard may pass through, or another black cobra will slide out at a fateful moment. The encounter between the leopard and the black cobra is not a story of good and evil, the strong or the weak. It is a story of 2 perfect biological systems, and the price paid when that perfection meets head-on. Africa does not permit existence without purpose. Every creature here pays its dues through ceaseless evolution. But when 2 peaks of evolution meet, The outcome is sometimes no longer a victory, but mutual annihilation. The savannah will continue this way, day after day, million years after million years. No judgment, no mercy, only the cold and perfect workings of nature. The early morning mist blankets the Masai Mara Valley, turning everything into silent, drifting shadows. The sun has not yet risen, but the savannah has already begun to stir. The call of a hornbill rings out, followed by the chorus of insects layering one upon another like a familiar symphony every morning. The savannah is shifting before the dawn. The ground begins to vibrate faintly. From the other side of the valley, a massive dark mass appears, a herd of African buffalo moving slowly through the early morning mist. Among the forest of legs and horns, calves are struggling to keep pace with the herd. Born less than a week ago, they are fragile, yet always kept within the fold. The African buffalo is the largest wild bovine on the continent. A fully grown adult can weigh up to 900 kilograms, and the fused horns at the top of the head form a hard shield, making them a formidable opponent. They live in large herds of several dozen to several hundred, constantly on the move in search of grass and water. The strength of a buffalo herd together is nearly impenetrable. But newborn calves are the weakest link, weighing less than 40 kilograms. Their legs still tremble when running, and entirely dependent on their mother's milk. They are the perfect prey for every predator. In the first weeks of life, African buffalo calves face an extremely high mortality rate. Predators such as lions, hyenas, and leopards are always lurking. For that reason, the mother buffalo rarely leaves the calf's side. She always positions herself between the calf and the outer edge of the herd, constantly looking back to check. This morning, the herd is heading toward the Mara River to drink. It is a familiar journey, but never a safe one, especially for the calves. And the buffalo herd is not the only group moving toward the river this morning. On the high ridge to the east, rounded ears are pricked upright, and amber eyes are tracking every step of the herd. A pride of lions has been lying low in the tall grass, watching the buffalo since before sunrise. To understand the tactic, one must know that lions rarely attack adult buffalo if a better option exists. Their target is always the weakest individual in the herd. The lion is the only big cat that hunts in groups. When facing African buffalo, they create panic to fracture the herd, then isolate any calf that falls behind. The jaws and claws of a lion can bring down prey, but the horns of a buffalo can also pierce a lion's abdomen in a single charge. This is a game where both sides can pay with their lives. The pride splits into two directions. One group swings left, another holds the right, while those at the rear stand ready to press in and drive the prey herd into a position where it can be pursued. The buffalo herd continues grazing calmly, unaware of the danger, but an old bull standing at the edge of the herd suddenly raises his head. His nose has caught something on the wind. He lets out a sharp snort, a first-level warning signal. A few nearby individuals raise their heads, but not enough to trigger a full herd response. And the lions understand that the window of opportunity is closing. The lion pride launches its attack. 4 subadults charge straight into the edge of the buffalo herd with a thunderous roar. The goal is not to kill, but to create chaos. The buffalo herd erupts in panic. Hundreds of animals surge forward, hooves pounding the earth like rolling thunder. Red dust rises in thick clouds, obscuring everything from sight. In the midst of the chaos, a small calf is left behind. 2 lionesses break from opposite sides. One lioness seizes the calf's hindquarters and drags it down. The other leaps onto its back and pins it. A piercing cry rings out, not only from pain, but as a distress call. The mother buffalo turns back first. She charges against the flow of the fleeing herd, horns lowered, eyes blazing red. Alone, she drives straight into the lioness, pinning her calf to the ground. The first charge hurls one lioness off. The other is forced to release the calf and back away. The mother buffalo stands in front of her calf, breathing hard, full of menace. Then the ground begins to shake, not from the footsteps of lions, but from the direction of the herd. The distress call has reached exactly where it needed to. Dozens of adult buffalo are turning back, and they are not moving slowly. The herd descends like a flood. 20, 30, then 40 individuals form a line, horns lowered, turning the grassland into an unstoppable force. The lion pride immediately recognizes that the situation has reversed. From attackers, they have become the targets of the buffalo herd. The herd encircles the area. They form a ring around the mother and calf, horns pointing outward in every direction, creating a defensive wall with no gaps. The lioness is sent rolling, lying there panting. She is not badly injured, but hurt enough to understand that the hunt is over. The lion pride retreats one by one. They walk slowly, maintaining a composed appearance. But in reality, they have lost all control of the situation. Today, the feast does not belong to them. The buffalo herd holds its formation for a few more minutes. This caution is the product of millions of years of evolution, only breaking position when safety is certain. The mother buffalo lowers her head and licks the scrapes on her calf's body. When the danger has passed, the African buffalo herd continues its journey toward the Masai Mara. The calf is placed at the center, surrounded by multiple adults. The entire herd slows its pace to match the short steps of the young one. That is the price of protection, sacrificing speed to keep every member whole. In the distance, the lion pride rests in the shade of a tree. They will return tomorrow, for the cycle of hunting never stops. On the Masai Mara Savannah, there is no permanent victory, There is only with survival repeated day after day between predator and prey. Research shows that buffalo calves in large herds have survival rates 3 times higher than those in small herds. When the herd is large enough, lions have almost no chance of success. But climate change and habitat loss are fragmenting buffalo herds. The smaller the herd, the weaker the collective strength, and the more vulnerable the calves become. Every calf that survives today will grow up to become part of the protective wall tomorrow. The cycle of protection continues through each generation. That is how the African buffalo has endured for millions of years. The herd reaches the riverbank. Cool water flows around their legs, and the calf cautiously steps to the water's edge for the first time, while the mother stands close beside it, not moving an inch away. Today, the riverbank is quiet. The calf has drunk its fill. It has just survived the most dangerous day of its early life. As the evening light paints the Masai Mara red, the African buffalo herd begins moving back toward the tall grass. Hundreds of individuals walk in the same rhythm, forming a moving, living wall. The calf tucks itself against its mother's flank, within the embrace of the herd. In nature, no creature is strong enough to survive alone. And sometimes, the most resilient line of defense is built not from individual strength, but from the presence of an entire community.